言うことは一つだけ。絶対負けねえ。
How's it going, everybody? That's me, Nothing XS. We're going to talk about the latest banner that just came out and just look at some of the characters. It's the Land of the Soaring Dragon banner, and it's an interesting banner for a number of reasons, some of which I'll definitely about to get into. As you can see, Hidden Ability Evolution is featured for Xiao, and it's kind of a doozy. So let's look at the new characters that we're getting. We're getting 3 of them. We get Xiao, Hero with Hidden Ability Evolution, as just mentioned, Fei Xiang, Soaring Menace, and Wang Zongming, Chinese Technician. Obviously, they tell you here if you haven't figured out how the Hidden Ability Evolution works, you can click this and figure it out. It's a regular 3-character step-up banner, and as you can see, they have interesting little team skills where it's positional all stats or Asian players +7. Not exactly the strongest team skills that you can find, but as you can see, a lot of different features. We're going to roll through this because I want to spoil my own rant. We also have Fei Xiang with an S shot. It's the first time that he has a really good S ground shot. You'll notice that it's pretty efficient. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And Wang Zongming, who is a dribbler with an interception and a tackle, and pretty decent stats on offense, and also a high baller. Obviously, again, as we were mentioning, 3-step banner. You can go check it out. We'll check out the probabilities here because I don't know what they look like, but that'll matter probably in a little bit because I guess I'm gonna kick at it. Let's see. Come on. Wait for it. 3.0 and 33% chance, so about 1% chance. 1% of the banner is used on the 3 new units, and the rest of it is used on all of these guys, and I imagine also the 0.01% units are here. I wonder how far we went on this one. I imagine that it should be every single character up to date. So yep, there you go. We have the 3.01s and the last banner. So everyone's available in this banner to some extent. But let's start talking about the actual characters, and we're going to start actually not with Xiao because I want to leave him for last, but we're going to start with Fei Xiang. Now Fei Xiang is a member of the 11K shooting club. If you do not have a shooter right now in blue, that's very good for you. He can do other things though besides shoot and hope for the best, which is great. That means he doesn't have to sit in the box and kind of just hope someone eventually is going to send him the ball. He has 8,000 in dribble and pass, and access. He comes with a dribble and a pass. So he's really more offensively balanced, and he's a lot easier to use. Now, he doesn't have the passive that kills Japanese players, so he's not as strong as a single strike nuke, but if you were not facing a Japanese player, he wasn't that much of a benefit for you anyway. So this guy in general is easier to use simply because he comes with a good S shot on the ground and has just more options. Like, anytime you have actual meaningful decisions, anytime you have decent meaningful decisions to make on offense, you're actually just a stronger unit in general. Like, you don't have to be pigeonholed into like this one thing that you have to do, and that's pretty good. Basically, so long as you don't have to make use of a defensive skill, you're good with him, right? As long as you're not dealing with someone who's just passing the ball around in the back line, you should be okay with this guy as a scorer. Now, his pros are, since he is very good at high balls, he has big numbers on them. His headers are 14K before even limit breaking, which is nice. He has decent enough. He's decent enough also on offense. He does have an S shot, and it's incredibly stamina efficient. It is a 365 stamina shot with a 440 power, and it comes with a blowaway, which is pretty nice. Now, the cons are that since there aren't many other good Asian or non-Japanese team skills yet, and his isn't that good because it's only 7% to Asians, you may want to look. I mean, it's a little hard to fit him in a multicolor team. And it feels like the game wants you to do that with the other 2 players that are coming up on the banner. Now, in a blue team, he's really strong. In a non-Japanese blue team, not as good because there's no buff that makes him a lot stronger. So you probably can only get him to maybe, I think right now you can get him to about 30 to 35%. I can't really think of any other way to buff a forward right now up there that's in blue. And since his S shot is a 440 cap, it does feel like he's a little bit weaker. For a limit break, you do the standard forward limit break, which is 22 in dribble and pass and 3 in speed and technique, and then you just max out shot and power. Now, let's look at his stats. As you can see, he is a pretty high shooter, nothing to write home about on defense, and decent enough in power. That's good enough for a little bit over 8,000 dribble and pass and 11.5k shot, which is really, really good. He's good at tussling when he's at offense, but everything else he's kind of whatever. And again, if you need him to defend, you're in trouble. His role is mostly as an aerial striker, and I would rate him like an S unit. I mean, he's just so powerful in general, just at shooting. His being this strong at shooting and having access to 3 different skills for shooting. He has an S ground shot, an S volley, and obviously the S header being the moneymaker. But especially right now, since the Dream Cup is going to cap everything at S30, you can just S30 all 3 of these. Obviously, it'll take you some time. But if you did that, you would have this immensely powerful striker that any ball that he gets anywhere close to the goalie, he's just going to let rip. And also he has ways of getting there with the ball if he has to, or of enabling somebody else. A strong pass being available and a high power dribble. So would I go for broke for him though? There are other strikers in blue that I might consider stronger than he is. To some extent Espadas in a non-Japanese formation. But for example, he is a good unit to run next to Espadas if you're running a non-Japanese blue, because he is another extraordinarily powerful striker in blue with options. So maybe if you have Espadas already and you pull this guy, you might want to run this guy instead of Hyuga because it makes Espadas stronger. That's an option. Anyways, moving on to the next unit, we're going to talk about Wang Zhongming. Wang Zhongming, Chinese technician, he's a dual threat player in red. He's as good of a passer as he is as a dribbler because both of them are like 9.8k. That's almost 10k. That means also he's decent enough at pass cut and tackle, and he has moves for both. So at the end of the day, he's a surprisingly competent option for passing in a color that just normally doesn't have any options for that. However, he doesn't have a whole lot of skills available from other players, and which, I mean, like, that means that your builds are limited. And you do have High Baller, and so if you have like Dream Collection Margus or Dream Collection Vulcan on your team, you really like this guy. And if you have Masao, you're really sad. Because, sure, Skylab Hurricane is nice and all, but Skylab Hurricane isn't Skylab Twin Shot. So what's good about him? Well, he's the second best passer right now in red behind Dreamfest Misaki. And it's really easy to get his S-Pass leveled up because it's a club unit. Maybe not anymore because it's not the featured club unit, but a lot of people maybe probably pulled a lot when he was around because you wanted to get other stuff from the club banner. And so, for example, I have a pretty decent level, like S-level S-Pass, so maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's still an S-Pass that you can give him, and since he also has an S-Dribble, that makes him a dual threat unit, like a legitimate one. And High Baller is nice for some red units, but at the same time, it does limit his usability a little bit when it comes to crossing into the box, and his team skill, just like Fei Xiang's, is not that great. For limit break, I would do 16 dribble tackle, and then 18 speed, so you make him a little bit faster, and then 17 pass and intercept, and then 16 technique. Now, what are his stats like? Never shoot with this guy. Never bother blocking unless you're just doing a white block so that you can try to stop a white shot that you guessed at, or you're just trying to put your body in the way to remove blowaways and getting some full power. But he's good enough for 9.8 dribble and 9.8 pass, and they're so close that I just marked them both as like the stats to look at. And with 8.2 tackle and 8.3 intercept, I mean, he's really not that bad. He reminds me of like a lower end Dream Collection unit, and anytime that a character reminds you of a lower end Dream Collection unit and he's just gacha, that's pretty nice. Now for his skills, again, he just doesn't have that many. You have an exquisite cross, god damn it, and an A exquisite cross, and they're both, this is from a club version and this is from a from the SR version. And then if you don't want this, you can also give him the B dribble. And I think the B dribble is, I don't remember how you get the B dribble, but you could probably look it up on subasa.im. But he just doesn't have a whole lot of options. I actually think that the B dribble comes on the SR unit and you have to pull it off. Yeah, because that's, yeah. So the B dribble is on the SR unit. So he comes with an S dribble, an A cut, an A tackle. And they're both generic, so they're a little weaker, but you can still level them up to a decent level because they're kind of everywhere as unit. Except speed tackle, which is a little harder to find. You might have a little trouble finding copies of A speed tackle. But this is easy to level, this is easy to level, and the B dribble is easy to level. So you'll get a lot of mileage out of all of this because he's actually good at it. But every Wang Zhongming that you're gonna run online into online, oh my god, is going to be like this. They might have one or two variations as to whether they have the S pass or the A pass. Some of them will have both of the passes. Some of them will have a B dribble instead of one of these two. And that's literally all you're ever gonna find. And so, I mean, he's a good enabler. He's a good defender, and I would rate him a solid A. If you're running a red everything team, there is enough buffs to red midfielders. I think that you can get like 35 to 40% red midfield. You might want to run that. And now for this guy. Xiao Zhongguang Hero. There's a lot to say about this guy. He's the first new gacha unit with hidden ability. He's not a rehash of an older unit like True Captaincy or Artist of the Field or Garbage Matsuyama. But he's pretty balanced on stats. He's kind of loaded on tackle. He has a 10k tackle and he's decent in all defensive categories and has an 8k shot. But his hidden abilities kind of everywhere. He's a debuffer mainly. He has two different debuffs. He has a debuff against Japanese players where if he matches up against Japanese players, since he has a Japanese player killer, he's 50% stronger. And also on a coin flip, the Japanese player might be 20% weaker in physical. Also, all of your opponent's green units are 15% weaker in attack. Anytime the matchup happens, like against anyone, that's just a persistent thing he has going on, which is wildin'. And so I really hope you pull True Captaincy. But also, I think he has probably the most toxic special hidden ability in the game, which is special skill block. And if you've played the Tsubasa Hidden Raid, you're already like, oh no. And that activates at least not on 100%. Only 70%, you know, only as often as Call to ruins your day. He creates situations where I think that the amount of meaningful interactions in the game go down. And I don't think that's good game design. But honestly, that's like the most basic and brain dead way of making a character go from, oh, that's pretty good, to, oh, that's absolutely broken. So, like, the crazy part is that he has that on top of all these other things. And then if you're playing a green team, the only way you can deal with that is by running True Captaincy Tsubasa. So if you didn't have him, you mixered him, and you didn't bother to pick him up again, that's it. You better not be running green because your day is ruined. And on top of that, he's also going to block some of your skills. So if he matches up against Hino and your S shot's gone, well, I sure hope you, I don't know. Just guess I'll die. Pros, special skill block means everyone's going to avoid him. No one wants to match up against this guy. His mere presence alters the opponent's way of playing the game. In the same way that World Cup AOE makes everyone play completely different, this guy does the same, but this guy does it in a really, like, he does it by virtue of having a extra passive that's just insanely dumb. At least with World Cup AOE, you saw him and you were like, oh, he's just good because he just has stats everywhere. He just has a whole bucket of stats that he just carries around and is like, look at my stats. This guy's like, I have this one ability that makes me unfun to play against. Also, sometimes if you limit break him on shot and you shoot and the goalkeeper, you disable their S catch, you might get a free goal. That's really dumb. It's really stupid. I guess the cons are that if they have True Captaincy, two of your hidden abilities are like mostly disabled for the whole game. It's still really good because 20% of the time you get to do the coin flip, and then the other 20% of the time you don't care about the coin flip. I don't know. That's literally the only bad thing I can think of. Maybe, I don't know. He doesn't give you free SSRs. That's the other problem he has. I don't know. To limit break him, take him tackle, speed, and then give him shot and power, because you could do like block and intercept as your secondaries, but you can give him an S shot and you can ruin the goalkeeper's day. Just do that. Why wouldn't you? Like, you're not gonna block. Anyways, let's talk about some of these special skills. Or rather, the hidden abilities. The best hidden ability right now in the game is special skill block. 70% chance to randomly disable one of your possible skills in a matchup. So this is going to make some opponents completely skillless, and other ones are just not going to have any meaningful choice to make. Then you have this auto intercept enhance. A lot of people make too much of this. Like, it's 3% chance for every player. Like, listen, sometimes someone's going to send a pass that's going to ruin someone's day. right? Sometimes you're gonna send a pass over Golden Duo Misaki, and Golden Duo Misaki is gonna be like, "Atasenai!" and take the ball, and that sucks. It sucks to suck. But frankly, that's gonna happen with such alarming irregularity that you don't have to worry about it. Like, it's gonna happen about as often as when you open a normal ass gacha that you're gonna get an SSR. And when was the last time you got an SSR from the normal gacha that wasn't the step up? Yeah, that's right. It's never gonna happen. Deal with it. Now, physical minus 20%, I would say it's like an A skill, like an A rating, because frankly, in a matchup, if you're fighting against a Japanese player, if you win a coin flip, you get to be 15% stronger, and they get to be weaker by 20% in their physical, and that's rough. Normally, you're just 15% stronger against every Japanese player, but sometimes you're even stronger than normal, which is wow. And now, his last one is opponent attack minus 15%. Now, basically, anytime any opposing green unit fights someone, there's a 50% chance that they get 15% less to attack. So, I mean, listen, if you didn't have True Captaincy evolved, I really hope you work on it, because you're going to need him. And so let's look at his stats. His stats are pretty good. He has more than 1,000 stamina, which is really good for a unit that is not Dream Collection or Dreamfest, or named Aoi, I guess. I forgot to highlight the tackle, but he's a 10k tackler over here. You see that he's pretty good, a little bit pretty good at everything. The hidden ability doesn't give him a whole lot of buffs. It gives him maybe like 100 to 200 per stat, so it's nothing really that nuts. Offensively, he just has a good loadout of stats in general, and 5,000 more or less to each of his physical abilities. So that puts him at 10.5k tackle, 8.7k block and intercept, and 8.6k shot. This is kind of why I did 8 points limit broke his shot, because that puts him at 9.9, and with enough buffs, like, that's just enough to like break 10k, and you're gonna be shooting with this S shot. It's gonna be real obnoxious, especially if you level up the shot maybe to S30, so you can use it in the Dream Cup and make people's dreams really not come true. But you could also instead limit break, block, and intercept for more variety. If you do that, that is probably a better usage of the special skill block, because that means that you can just pick the best option that you've left the opponent with, right? You don't always have to tackle and then bully the people out of the ball. Anyway, let's keep going. So, what is skills build? For me, for the limit break that I decided, I would do S killer tackle. I would find my old red copy or maybe a dupe of him, and then pull off the block and give him the block, and then upgrade A super speed kickback cannon to S super speed kickback cannon, because especially with the Dream Cup coming, S30 will be stronger than A50. And then I hope you save the C strong pass so you could give it, because once you do all of that, like, you just wind up with a unit that is extraordinarily strong defender, extraordinarily strong debuffer, and I just think that that's probably the best way to run him. Like, take advantage of the fact that you can shoot in a way that's extraordinarily frustrating for the opponent, and you have 3 different defensive options, and you can either pass the ball or take a crack at the goalkeeper. And sometimes you're going to take a crack at the goalkeeper, and no matter what you do, you win, because you make the decision what skill they use. Either you shot and they have to use an A skill, which maybe they didn't want to use because you were close enough for some reason, and so they have to hope that their A skill can hold up against your S30 shot, even if you're not technically like a very strong shooter. Or you block their A skill and the only option they have is an S, and they have to commit all the stamina. Like, it's like a weird catch-22. It's like it feels worse when the decision was made for you. Now, of course, if you have like C catch and they blocked your C catch, yeah, whatever, you know, do whatever you think is nice. But like, can you imagine like you shoot against Mueller and they block your double hammer, and you have to spend stamina on windmill or dual catch, and it just feels really bad. It feels really, really bad. Sure, you'll catch it, but at what cost? You know, like, it costs so much. But yeah, I think he's double S. Maybe I'm overvaluing him because I just think that that one ability is crazy. I might come back to him later and figure it out, but if you're deciding to pull on the gacha, I hope it's for this character, because he's real strong. He's real strong. Anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna pull a little bit on the gacha, because I am going to try my luck and see what I can get. Now, we're gonna start with the last one because I'm at the 50% and I can finish here. I should maybe have enough, but we're gonna see. I'm joined by my boy Danny. My boy Danny's here.
Yeah, I'll just be commenting on his pulls.
What happened?
Just gonna be commenting on your pulls.
Oh yeah.
Letting you know.
All right. Well, so let's go. So we all know that no one wins the coin flip. The coin flip is literally unwinnable.
I won the coin flip.
Oh, you won the coin flip?
I got World Cup Misaki, character I already had. And then step 6, I got World Cup Misaki, character I already had.
Hey, I lost the coin flip.
Yeah, nice, dude. You probably got World Cup Misaki anyway.
Oh, hello. Wait, never mind. Yeah. Oh, hey, that's not.
You didn't get
I didn't win the coin flip. I got a random SSR. Okay.
I hope it's World Cup Misaki.
Oh no, please don't. I hope it's. I
want a character that is bad at shooting, but is designed to shoot.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite. It's Raiju. That's a Raiju you can pass around. I wouldn't be mad, to be honest.
Dude, I've gotten like 12 Raijus over the course of my game.
Listen, whenever they make another Hyuga, because they're going to, you have a Raiju.
I'm just gonna level up Raiju on my blue one.
You're stupid.
Yes.
You're dumb.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Give me that guaranteed SSR right now. Like, no, it's no. I was born. I was born stupid, but I will not die hungry. Okay. Shout out to Tim Rogers. Wow, no way, an SSR unit. Wowzers! It should have been girls. That way, I might have gotten 2. Oh my God, Roberto! It's gonna be like an actual turret in the water. It's gonna be blue Matsuyama.
Step 4?
It's gonna be bad Matsuyama. Yeah, I have him already.
Lord Urabe.
Goodbye. All right, so I now have 2 dupes of Lord Urabe. That's just fantastic.
Not shitty red pulse. Don't feel that.
I mean, yeah, you're right. All right, so I'm gonna get my SSR ball. I'm not gonna be able to do the whole Shoshunko thing, so I might have to get a little bit of help there. I don't care. Just get me out of here. Alright, so who am I hoping in the new one? I actually want Jito. I will take anything, frankly, but what I really want is Jito. So hopefully I get Jito, which means I'm not going to get Jito. It's just going to give me Misaki again.
Misaki!
I will actually take... Oh man, if they give me Tsubasa, it's going to feel real bad because I don't want him. Alright.
You spent all this time leveling up true captaincy.
I know, right? Oh, this might be more than one, actually. Oh, yeah, it is more than one. Nice. Cool.
But the other one isn't guaranteed to be part of the pair.
Yeah, it could be whatever it wants. Okay, so what am I getting? And Jito. That's actually really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so instead of getting Jito, I got, oh, I don't know, like,
one of
the best Tachi, one of the best. Well, no, I don't have the blue one, but I have.
This right now, this is the better one to have because you can get a copy.
Well, it's not just that. I can literally give him Skylab Twin Shot from the free World Youth one, and that's all he wants.
Yeah.
So he's just basically the juice right now.
Yeah. Right now he's good. All right, who's the second guy? Hell yeah.
No, garbage can.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, give me that garbage can. Oh, you know what? He's limit break material.
Yeah, no, he gets buffed. You already have Raiju Misaki, though. You literally don't need any other character.
Yeah, I don't. Raiju Misaki just goes and he's like, what do you think of life? Alright, so...
He dribbles, he goes into his, and he shoots, and he scores, and you just auto the rest.
Alright, so I need to... So we're gonna try to land with the Soaring Dragon. I'm gonna stop if I get show too early. Which has never happened in the history of Dota, so... That's a quote. This has never happened in the history of Dota. Oh, there's a chance.
And that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's great. I should have waited longer, but whatever. No, I'm just gonna spoil the suspense. I don't care.
Right.
We're on a time constraint here.
You got one-handed catch. That's alright.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, let's go. So,
It's not looking good, homie.
This is looking pretty bad.
Red text.
Red text. I would need like girls here. Oh.
Oh, that could be a thing.
Oh, that was a thing earlier. It's Roberto.
Ruining everything.
Roberto. Boberto. My boy. Making everyone's dreams fail.
This game sucks.
This game sucks. I mean, I couldn't listen. I had a really good streak of luck for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I can't just be counting on my luck always. So I'm gonna need like 20 more dream balls. So we're gonna briefly hide the screen so that I can obtain dream balls in a completely legit and fair fashion.
You make it sound like it isn't.
Yeah, man. I'm totally not. I'm talking to my hookup, My plug, my Dream Balls
Like,
plug.
You're making it seem like way more suspicious than
Yeah. I'm
you
just
going to the shop. And
hold
buying
on. What
Dream
is this
Balls.
guy? What is this guy called? Maverick Robots. Yeah. All right. Give me 30 Dream Balls. All right. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. All right. My boy KLab gave me 30 Dream Balls, so we're gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. All right.
One is to start
I don't know what I
guaranteed
want.
from the
I really don't want anyone. I don't want this unit, but I'm gonna get them because that's how this game
No,
works.
you're not gonna get it. You're gonna get.
The game is gonna give me show because the game is like, would you like to look at this broken garbage for the rest of your life? It gave me 2 units.
You're gonna get Wang.
That'd be dope. Actually, he's good.
Yeah, but you want Fame.
Maybe. What if it's just like a .01 unit?
Got.
I didn't even get the right fade.
Yeah, you got the wrong fade.
Get out again. Hell yeah, Raiju. Yeah, buddy. You know what it is? To be able to get other units, I have to sacrifice Raijus again. I have to throw them at Blue Hyuga. Alright, so as we see, I'm just going to get a billion Raijus again. That's just the kind of life I'm going to lead.
That's the step up.
That's the step up. The step up is Raiju. So anyways, guys, thanks for coming by. I hope to see you guys in the future. Hopefully, you know, there's a Tsubasa Cup going on, and it looks like it's giving out free SSR balls if you basically get to grade 10 or better, which is not that hard. Just literally just grab your face and bash it against the keyboard and get to grade 10 because everyone's not playing great this time around.
You just call out everyone like that?
Yeah, you're all being called out right now.
Being like, yeah, everyone watching right now, you're real not great. And
no, let's be real. The people who watch are probably the people who are like actually football kid or better. Yeah, and then everybody else that's not watching is like, hey, I'm grade 4, I'm the best.
Is this character good? And just post.
Oh yeah, is this character good? Post a link.
Schneider.
It's Dreamfest Schneider. Hey, I don't think this character's that good.
Should I do it?
Should I do it?
Just give up his skill.
Should I just give him S shot levels? Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna leave you with this G Gundam music, and I'll see you guys later.